Tonight's going to be a little bit different. We are in the process of trying to figure out problems, making sure that things are operational, and that my new setup actually is going to function. Stand by. Okay, some of that seems to be working. I'm not promoting this stream. It is merely for my own testing and for me to listen into later on to make sure that it is functioning the way that it appears. But I'm also going to be doing a thumbnail. And this is going to be in preparation for tomorrow. So, going to be operating with that as well. So, without further ado, we're going to try and proceed, and we'll check the audio periodically to make sure that everything is functional. I had to reset everything, including a lot of the OBS setup, as well as the Rodecaster that I have, only to find out that the Rodecaster apparently was plugged into the wrong USB port. Apparently, it really likes USB-C. But unfortunately, I don't have one. So that means that it was plugged into the wrong USB port. Theoretically, it should be operational now. I did test it earlier. I got a little bit of static, but I think it is a lot cleaner than it was just 10 minutes ago. But it does seem to be operational again, so that is good. All right, so let's go about making this thumbnail in the meantime. Oh, and let me double check also that Silverado is operational, because I did some changes there, and I don't know if that took. All right, where is that? Oh, I closed it. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see if we can get this to work. Okay, that works. Well, on to this Star Wars thumbnail. And the last test is to see if I can change the music. Now, there's one piece of music that I haven't been able to change to, so I'm going to try and change it twice. Let us go over to this one. All right, that is working. It's a very quiet beginning, but at least it's operational. How about this one? Oh, and this one seems to be operational. Yes, okay. That's a lot of things that are suddenly working. I think there's a little bit of a glitch there. Mysterious. Okay, one last change here, and then we're off to the races. And it is doing the glitch. So it's playing it 3 separate times. I wonder why. That's odd. Hey, greetings there, West. Hey, I was just playing Fortnite a bit ago and put it away the gaming computer. Looks like you're just going to be doing a bit of animation and testing. Let me know if this is the case. That is indeed the case, because it's updating, or at least has 8 gigabytes of update to do. So hope you're doing well, West. By the way, be sure to tell me if the audio is clear right now, because I think I got all the problems fixed, but it'd just be good to have an extra pair of ears to tell me if it is operational. Okay, let's see where they put these elements that I'm going to be using for this piece of artwork. Turn that down just a little bit. There we go. And I want to see thumbnails. Where's the thumbnails? Audio sounds good at the moment. Okay, that is relieving. I found out why the static was happening, and I had it plugged into the wrong USB port. I had it plugged into USB 1, not USB 3. That's what I needed. It needed more data, and that was the problem. Phooey. At least it was, easy fix. It just took hours to do. Maybe I put it in the other drive over here. Okay, we want to search for Dadman. There we go. Okay. Open up this. We want to save Dadman's icon as a PNG that I can be able to use, import into this. Okay, so that got pulled up. Good. New file. This is going to be 1920 by 1920. You will not be able to see this right now. I'm doing this on the first computer, the one that the stream is happening on, not the animation computer, because I have to get this imported in, and I don't have it attached to the other computer, so I have to redo this. Bring this on over here. And I want the mouth as well. Bring that on in over here. And then rotate this around. And then almost there. The title is correct, but the category is Fort. Ah, my goodness. Thanks for the heads up there, Jess. All right, let's see here. We're putting us as just chatting. I think it must be defaulting, because I know I'm changing it, but there's sometimes where it just doesn't want to do it. Anyway, hope you're doing well, Jess. I think I got all the audio issues figured out. Turns out it was the wrong USB port. Okay, now I scale this up so I can import it in. That should be a decent resolution. Enter, hide, hide, hide. And now, import into the PC. Stamp tool. Export and put that in Studio. Maskman Jeff. I'm gonna make this a new area entirely because this. Oh, never mind. We're over here. Dad Man. Icon. I want to export this as a PNG so we can bring it into Blender. Okay. Well, the U.S. lost at the last minute of the extra time, but we'd already clinched the win of our group, so it didn't matter. Huzzah. Okay, so now we got that. Let us now bring it on in over here. Import in image as plain mesh. Channel graphics. Now we want the Dadman icon. We want this as emission, and there we go. There, wonderful. All right, let's go over here, turn it on to cycles. Still got to do a couple of other tweaks before this whole setup is good to go. But at least I got the majority of the problems figured out. Yes, he has no mouth in this scene, but he will get a mouth here before long. I got to get myself a new photo. It's been a long time since I got a portrait. That's like years old. And I have lost a bit of weight since then. And also, I'm a little bit older. I actually have some white that's starting to appear right along the chin. So, for the most part, it looks mostly similar. So, okay, so let us figure out where should they be angling. Let's go with 90. Let's see, 180. There we go. We need to tune this down just a little bit. So tomorrow we're going to be having a stream with Dadman, and it's going to be Star Wars related, and that is going to be good fun. It's been a long time in waiting to try and make this work. What is the plugin that I'm looking for? It's I gotta pull up Blender on the old computer to figure out what this plugin is. Blend Kit, that's it. Blend Kit. Okay. Oh, that's right. I have to download this Fooey. Blend Kit. I completely forgot about that. Okay, let's save the scene. Thumbnails. Where's thumbnails? Here we go. Death of Storytelling, Part 2. Now let's close out of that. Blend Kit's almost finished. Extract. What is the install method for this again? That's right. Now we open this up, and then we go to Edit Preferences Add-on, Install from Disk. That's right. Preferences, Add-on, Install from Disk. Waiting for client. Perfect. All right, now open up the scene again. Now let's look for Star Wars. Let's choose free ones first. All right. What is Star Wars like put in there that's, gonna fit? How is that Star Wars? Oh, golly. So ridiculous. Obviously, they have cracked down on the Star Wars elements that you can use. Not surprised. I was surprised they got away with as much as they did. Import Mars into the background. Let's see what else we can do. Tatooine PNG. Brave is not very good for image searching right now. DuckDuckGo is still where it's at. We want large. That could be good enough. Should we do this? That could be interesting. How about we have Disney Star Wars background. I always like this one right here, but it's not really going to work. That's also a great pose, but not going to work for this. Oh, I like that. That's pretty nice. It's not... I mean, this is not... I think this is AI right here. Yeah. Yep. So stupid. But the pose here, it's not a half bad one. I mean, you can tell from here, like, there's no Star Wars chips like that. But they are duplicated. So it is kind of interesting. I wonder if somebody, like, used AI initially and then did some touch-ups. And also, like, the way it's lit up on the inside. I wonder. Do we have a Death Star in here? They used to, and they don't. No more. Man, that's unfortunate. Well, I guess we're just doing PNG photo bashing. Still so very iconic. Wait a minute. It didn't... It's one of those files, huh? It's not a true PNG, huh? Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. So many AI ones. Ugh. Hide the AI. And they're still there. Ugh. That looks correct. Yep, there we go. Interesting. Which one? Which one? We can go with this one. Yep, because this one is where everything started to go wrong, that sort of thing. All right, save this image as this. Import image. Now we want I leave to get something to eat and come back and do Dadman and Darth Maul. Exactly. Oh, there's going to be a great X post tomorrow morning, so keep your eyes on that. Oh, golly. Background. All right, I want something that's large, dramatic. Something on the ground. Oh, we could go with this one because this is technically part of Disney Star Wars, but it's not what I want. Oh, this could work. What is this from? Oh, it's that's AI. It has no, wait a minute. Yeah, that's AI. Ugh. All right, so we could go with maybe another planet. It's just that Tatooine is like the is so very common that it's kind of, well, it's easy to use. How about Disney's, wait, Mandalorian background? How about planet background? Could work with that, maybe. I mean, problem is I'm seeing Mandalorian. Well, that's interesting. What is like a trope? A trope that you can be able to use in this? Guess this would work. Let's just put this in there for the time being. Actually, no, that's not going to work. Maybe I should choose a tried and true one from the past. How about Endor, planet background? This is the thumbnail for the video discussion about Darth Maul. I'd suggest a planet that's associated with Maul. Either the planet Obi-Wan meets him on in the Clone Wars or Mandalore. That's a good idea, Scutless. That is indeed. By the way, Scutless, how are you doing these days? Yeah, I threw in the Endor just, Death Star just for the sake of it. I might remove it later on here. Let's go with Mandalore planet background. Oh, that could be interesting. I mean, this isn't exactly the one, but we'll use that as a possibility. Doing fine. No big complaints in life these days. Well, that's a positive. We always have the ability to complain, and the ability to press on despite it is important. And to be able to have no complaints, real positive. And this could be a possibility. Let's throw this one back here just for the sake of it. Let's see what this one looks like. Save image. We want this as a JPEG. Mesh plane. I better, let's see here, snap cursor to the camera. So now when I do this, I can do 3D cursor, and there we go. Have our multi-plane kind of set up. Let's get rid of the Death Star for the time being. Let's get the Star Wars logo. PNG. Let me go with a black background here. Actually, could go with a silver one. Yeah, I like the silver one. Let's go with that. Oh, wait, no. Here we go. This is the one that Disney's been like using left and right. Or at least a variation of this one. Okay, Star Wars logo. Let's add that on in. By the way, this is what you do when you don't have when you don't have Photoshop. Right, now let's add in the actual text here. The death of storytelling. And what font do we want to go with? That could be actually a good one. Easy. Tonight's stream, by the way, folks, is to try and test out if the audio is working. So if there's any static that starts to happen, be sure to mention it, because I'm trying to prevent that from causing problems. Because if there's problems, I need to kind of continue to troubleshoot this. I spent probably about a good 2.5 hours trying to get this resolved, and turns out it was actually relatively easy. I just had to change the plug, but went through all this headache to try and troubleshoot it. Let's add a mouth to that man here. Circle. Okay. Let's also add some eyebrows. So we all know how Dadman is not a fan of Darth Maul here, so. Too much eyebrow there. Tone it on back. There we go. And let's go over to our smoothing. Increase that a little bit more. There we go. And now I want to add in some teeth. So we're going to add in a cube. And then we're going to use the cube to cut into the mouth and add the teeth. So I'm going to duplicate this, change this to mouth white. That white. And I said that make that white. And then cut. Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. Okay. Kind of has a Larry the Cucumber sort of look there right now. We want to. Actually, let's just manually do this here. Shrink it down a little bit. There we go. That was easy. All right, what else can we throw in here? We want to have baby Grogu. PNG. Baby Grogu on a rock. Rock on, you baby. Maybe that one. Open image. Let's see. Yeah, it's in good condition. Let's use that. PNG. Let's add some googly eyes to little Grogu. Let's choose eye white and then make eye black. Because we may change this later on. Assign. Smooth shade. stupid looking. All right. Let's change the eye a little bit. Let's go for the shader. This is too funny not to tinker with. We want texture core. No, you want coordinates. Oh, thanks, just for doing that. Much appreciated. Let's make this kind of a somewhat sickly sort of color there. And then we're going to use separate XY. And we're going to use the Z axis there. So now when we look at it from the side, we have control over it like this. Who needs Photoshop when you got free Blender? So stupid. All right, so we got that now. What else can we throw in? Let's actually parent these to the baby. I know the baby being a parent makes no sense. Let's add in area lights. Let's change this on to scene lighting times 100. 1,000. We want to increase the world lighting a little bit. Times 10. Now that's good for me. Okay. Text. Color 2. I cannot type tonight. My keyboard setup is not functioning well. Oh, there's something else I wanted to test here. Let me see here.
I was going to test whether or not this voice changer is still working. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, it seems to still be working.
That is most appropriate.
Okay. That's all good to go for tomorrow as well. Okay, we want to now offset this geometry, offset text. Now we have it outlined. Let's go over to the compositor. And want to make new. Want to have a bloom effect. Let's go back to the 3D viewport. Render. And we're going to turn always on for combined. Now come over here and make this 1,000. Okay, good. That is working. 1. It's so weird seeing Datman's banana with teeth. Exactly. One of these days, I'm going to make an actual 3D rig of his character, you know, so I can do things like this easier. Just throw in the character, problem solved. That reminds me, I need to parent these to the character. So I'm going to grab all these things right here. And parents. Nope, parent, keep transforms. So now we can scale him up. Unparent, clear parent, upscale, perfect. Now that way we can have it positioned a little bit differently. Let's turn on the viewports. Just darken it up there. That way we get a better idea of what it's looking like. 0.999. 5. 7. There we go. What else can we throw into the background here to make it like overly Star Wars? I guess we could throw in a starship. Star Wars Disney Spaceship PNG. We want something that is from the Disney era. But nothing's like super iconic from the Disney era. I mean, they tried to make some ships that are iconic, and they've all failed for them, in my opinion. What if we have Din Djarin? There we go. This stupid ship. The image in tab. Save image as PNG. I believe this one does not have a transparency, but we'll fix that. All right, come over to shader. And now this is how you can fix that. So we take this. We're going to get the mapping. Nope, we want to get map range. I want to put it right here, put the color into there, and now we're going to preview this. want the max to be 1, but we want the minimum to increase. And now we use this to drive the alpha. With an invert. Okay, now we can tone this back. All right, now let's just get some gaudy looking Star Wars posters back there. Disney Star Wars posters. That's an iconic one. God, this one's so good. This was made by a fan, as I understand, and Disney commissioned him for it. And that one continues to be like one of the best ones I've ever seen. All right, let's save this one. Now, come over here. Let's add in a mesh plane. Add in that. And we'll reposition everything once it's all said and done. Where it first became apparent that the series was doomed. Definitely got to add this one in. Not very good quality ones here. There we go. That's a good quality one. By the way, moving objects in Blender is super easy, which is, it doesn't have all the great blending tools that Photoshop has, but I got to tell you what, over the last couple of months in particular, working with Photoshop has become unbearably painful. I've never wanted so badly just to quit Adobe and be done with it completely as I do right now. Even when I was trying to leave After Effects, I still understood, like, hey, there's still programs like Photoshop that still work. No more. Golly, Photoshop has become so bad. There is there's no excuse for it to be as bad as it is. It looks so bad. All right, what else can be done? Kind of clean up some of these elements so that they don't look like they're clashing too much. One of the things that could be done is maybe dimming some of that down here. Let's go back over here. So let's grab this. Here, swap the movies around. And then I'm going to copy this over. Copy. And paste. Type that on in. Bingo. Now it has the same effect. Now let's try a different background. Let's see if that helps out a little bit. Just because I'm a little curious. JPEG. It is no Wrangler. I thought so. Why is that not appearing? Oh, there it is. It's already installed. There we go. think that looks a little bit better. Make this a bit larger because this is the message. Question is, where do we put this? I guess putting it right there is really the only option. Let's just increase the outline. Oh, that's goofy, Jess. Soccer fans visiting a very large gas station for the first time. They have carry-on barbecue sandwiches and beaver nuggets. Yes, an actual beaver. Absolutely not. Clever. Wait a minute, what's this? Phone vibrating instead of the PC. Yep. Indeed. I did reconnect my audio a bit, so it shouldn't ding as much. We'll see. We'll see if I fixed it. Whoa! What you doing? Says Jersey. Well, I'm making a thumbnail for the stream tomorrow. And so I'm trying to make something that's over the top and goofy, and I'm not using Photoshop, so that means I'm using Blender. And I am working on what I want this to look like. How you doing, Jersey? TSA has been having fun with the Europeans discovering America. They had a funny ranch one last week. No white Kylo Ren. I mean, I guess we could put in white Kylo Ren. Let me see what options we have for wide Kylo Ren. PNG. Do they have a PNG? Well, they have the drawings of him. Let's try just a general one. Oh, here's a better one. Stylized, but Mr. Galaxy Wide. Oh, golly. Actually, I think Kylo Ren could be added into this background. Maybe not him, but let's see. What about... let's try a Rey Skywalker PNG. Actually seen a photo with the overlarge bottle bin having half the stuff be ranch bottles. Oh my. Days since the last airport ranch incident, 0. It's goofy. Let's see. That one could be. No, it's probably going to be the most appropriate for the googly eyes. That was not a very good PNG. Yeah, I think this one will be best for the lighting. It's view file. Save as PNG. Image plane. Rey. Now let's give her googly eyes as well. Your parents. Let's have her actually looking up. Let's have her looking a direction. Maybe have her looking over at Darth Maul. back that shading there. The death of storytelling. There's still cool, deep lines in cinema like, somehow Palpatine returned. Oh, yeah, that's right. How could we all forget? It was such an inspiring moment. It's going to be an interesting stream tomorrow. I hope it goes well. That's true. Realist storytelling. Yeah, indeed. Let's do something a bit goofy with his eyes here. But we've been preparing for this stream for a very long time. And I'm hoping everything goes off smoothly. But of course, we've had to cancel this thing twice beforehand because of problems. And so hopefully we don't have any issues this time around. Everything seems to be going well. This is a very chaotic image. I know, isn't it? So now I have to start trying to fix it, trying to refine it into something that is a little bit easier to see and understand what's going on. All right, so let's see here. So the main bits of elements that need to be thrown in here. Let's start off by putting this over here, because technically that's part of this main title. I don't like brain rot. Meanwhile, what Jeffer's doing. What do you mean that that we can't have brain rot in our thumbnails here? Okay, so now let's actually start positioning things so that it makes more sense. By the way, let's look at one of the at the last thumbnail that I did for Dadman here, just so we can get a general idea of the goofiness we're kind of going for. Copy, put over here. Thumbnails. That didn't paste? Oh, that's right. I messed up. Come over here and refresh. Should be here now. There we go. So this was the this was the last image. So I want to try and get it to where it's like this easy to understand now. I have the elements out there, and now I got to figure out how to make it nice and clean. So we need to have a big area for the text, and that's going to take up about a third. And then the image needs to have kind of easy to maybe blur out the background a little bit and make it a bit hazy. So, and let's also tone down the glow here. Let's see here. Need something a little bit more. I need something that's a little bit more inspiring for kind of what's being done here. Need stuff that's lighthearted, goofy, slapstick. What are you doing? Okay. All right, so now we got to make Dadman a little bit more prominent here. It means Grogu's going to have to take a more minor position. I like that the bloom effect has become so easy to use in recent years. It used to be a very cumbersome thing, and it offers so much potential for your images, but it caused so many problems you just didn't want to work with it. Actually, wait a minute. This could be interesting. All right. is starting to fit together a little bit better. Let's have this zooming on in front. That adds a little bit more dimension to what's kind of going on in this, a little bit more depth to what's going on here. Maybe make these bigger. No, not too big. I'm going to want to also tone back that effect that I have on it. I believe I had it as the white. Yep, that's right. Yeah, just toning it back a little bit. All right, let's move that mouth a little bit. Did you finish the worm? I did finish the worm. And it is an operational rig. It's nothing too special, but at least it gets the job done. And use as a lightsaber. Use the worm as a lightsaber. Nah, that might be a one, yeah, a little bit too far. This might not be the best idea here, but I just kind of want to see what it looks like. I mean, I got enough googly eyes around here. Okay, I'm not going to do the googly eyes on that, but it'd be I have to consider that. But I don't want me to be the most normal one in this image here. I want to do something that's a little bit goofy. Nothing too over the top. Oh, wait a minute. I got an idea. Is there only one? Golly, Disney's been cracking down hard. it. Come on. Oh well. Let's give a shadow to Ray's feet. Color attribute. We're going to call this shadow. Vertex color. Okay, so now we have shadow. We are going to do this. We want vertex color. Put that into the alpha. Attribute, color attribute, my bad. Shadow. Put that on in there. And darken that. Let's turn that into that. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how we add shadows. At least, simple, easy sort of shadows that take very little effort. Because of how this is set up, you can very easily also change its strength. Just like that. Voila. You'd be a great Mr. Beast thumbnail editor. I actually did get hired to do thumbnails for a while. And nowadays, they all use AI. But they wanted thumbnails in like a moment. I would share some of those thumbnails, but that would promote the group, and I would not want to do that. But it is something where I have found it fascinating how the world of thumbnails has changed over the years. And I don't think it's getting very good. I think that there's a lot of problems and a lot of the creativity has disappeared. And so I'm glad that I still get to do them kind of for my own stuff. But man, it is a tough industry to get into right now. All right, so let's see. Let's make this maybe a little bit darker. Or maybe not. You know, that's probably good enough. The Death of Storytelling Part 2 with Star Wars. Do I have let's see if there's tape. That could be interesting. No? Well. Oh well. What about golly. I kind of feel like this needs to change a little bit more. Okay, anything else that I need to do to this, or is this good? Maybe I could make that area back there blurred out a little bit. Let's add in empty. And then depth of field, target that empty. That means we're going to have to move Dadman back to right about here. Now, let's turn up that depth of field. And now we got to move everybody else so that it fits. Let's center the cursor on there. And now we want to parent it to the, use the cursor as that point. Let's move little baby Yoda back here. Perfect. Now let's bring Darth Maul closer. Let's bring Rey closer and parent those to her. this gets closer. And so do these. So that way we have the background blurred out. But the people stay in focus. I kind of feel like I need some text on there to kind of make things a little bit goofier, but that may be overkill. Oh, I got a problem with this ship. I forgot. Sometimes this can cause an issue. We want to extend. And then we're going to inset ever so slightly, invert, and delete faces. There, now the problem is gone. Make Darth Maul a little bit more in focus. But not too in focus. Same thing with Rey. Make her a little bit more in focus, but not too much in focus. All right, how about last thing I kind of want to do is make this Baby Yoda a bit goofier looking. Yeah, it might be too much. But I do want a little bit of extra. Let's try this. Reposition him a little bit. All right, that's good enough. Oh yeah, Star Wars has to be brought into focus. All right, I'm going to call that one good. Maybe not my best, but actually, there is one more thing I have to do. So we're going to grab this, just duplicate it, move it on up. We're going to say, That's not necessary. All right, Death of Storytelling Part 2, Star Wars. Dadman got the freak out of Rey. We got Evil Sith Lord. We got Baby Grogu. And we got movie posters and the dumbest shuttle in the Star Wars universe. I think that's good enough. All right, we're going to save that. And now we're going to render out this shot. Let us turn on GPU. Let's go over here and make sure that we have a good resolution for that. We're going to do 200, so that way we have the ability to scale back. And we're going to render that. It's so nice to have two computers so you can be able to render and also keep the stream going simultaneously. That used to be a big problem. I definitely need to make a 3D model of this because that quality, unfortunately, just doesn't, it's not what I want. And also then I can get like funnier eyes and whatnot. Golly, I should do something to make myself not look so normal in this. I can't let that go. So let's see here. 3D Star Wars helmet. Rebellion. Blend swap. Is this turning into one of your standard can't stop adjusting things? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Kind of hard to tell. I just don't want myself to look normal here. I mean, I made Dadman have a goofy face, so I'm kind of wanting to do something to, you know, kind of do the same to myself. All right, that's what I'm gonna put on the. Let's see here. Rebellion Marine helmets. I just realized you're wearing the same shirt. Yeah, I took the photo just like 5 minutes ago. No, this is my favorite shirt. I've been trying to find it again, and I've not been able to locate it. This is like, and I can't even tell like the number. And by the way, this isn't exactly the same, but it is very close. But this one's my favorite. But I cannot figure out what the serial number is for it, so I can't order more because it wore off immediately. Okay, how about let's do this instead? Rebel Fleet Trooper helmet. $3D free. things becoming paid for these days? It's getting very obnoxious. And there's a lot of ones that you have to be careful where you're getting it. Yeah, I'm not going to risk it. Instead, what I'm going to do... That take too much time. It's too weird of a shape. What else is Star Wars that I could throw in there that would make myself not look so normal? Try to gaslight someone who doesn't remember when you started using that image for yourself. Well, I used it yesterday. I got it. Just yesterday. Oh, I know something to throw in there that I did a while back that would fit this very well. Let's add in Link, Star Wars. Where did I put this? Where did I put this? I'm the first name on the scrolly list of supporters. That shows how long I've been around. Thought I'd be first when making it. I mean, you were technically the first, so you do technically get that position by default. Where did I put that? That's obnoxious. Yeah, for scaring you the good old days. Wait a minute, the good old days of scaring people? That's not very nice. Okay, here we go. Star Wars. There we go. Okay, that's where it is. 3D objects, Star Wars. Star Wars. All right. Hot coin. Objects. Nope, not objects. It's collection. You forgot I was around and yet talk to chat and be surprised when I responded with text to speech. Yep, indeed. That text to speech. Still need to figure out how to actually incorporate that again. That was it's always a comical thing to have around. Problem is that everybody that like made that sort of a tool, they locked it down so you could only use it on their platform. And as of course, as you know, a very big frustration for me because I don't want to use other people's tools like that, especially when they try and lock things down. Okay, so now we have a stack of hut coins. That I may not use this, but I just kind of want to see what happens. So we got 2, 3 stacks there, and delete some of the ones on the top. Same thing over here. Nope, not all of those. And delete those ones. Okay, now what happens is we grab all of these. And all of these, and all of these. And now come over to Objects, Transform, and Randomize Transform. Now we want to randomize it on the location. The location. That may not work. I'm not liking how that's shaped, especially when kind of. Dang it! I mean, I made these things a long time ago. And I was originally going to do 3D prints of them because they have like the Nalhutta script actually etched into them. You can't see it right now because it's not on the preview. Right, let's try and move this light instead. There we go. No, that way it's not glaring down exactly on it. All right, so we got the Peggotts because that's a big part of technically Star Wars lore. But now let's add in one more link. And we want to have instead, we go up here and we're going to choose the Imperial credits. This is the one I wanted to make an episode of the Imperial credits. I thought that could have been a fun episode to make. But couldn't find, like, it was going to take way too much time and I couldn't justify it. It was going to be, because this was early on and I was like, what am I going to do in order to try and pull this off? And I chatted with somebody and they're like, yeah, don't even try it. That's never going to work. So I didn't. I wish I had, but I couldn't figure out how to actually pull off some of the plans that I had for it. I still intend to do it, but it's one of those things where I have to figure out the logistics behind it first before I can actually start to break open that project again. So it's one of those projects where if it comes to a point, then I can do it again because I did do the first one. But the other one was going to actually fill in some lore elements that were missing. Okay, now let's try and bring back the googly eyes. Instead, have them looking at the money. I'm a big fan of googly eyes. I think that they add a lot of humor to scenes like this. And now, let us just obviously. I mean, when you put it like that. I'm probably not going to do this, but I just kind of want to see what see what it looked like. Okay, get rid of the smile. Instead, it's going to be a bit of a because there's going to be some text over that says like Disney money. By the way, to do that in Photoshop would have taken a very long time. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this and we're going to duplicate this once more. Rotate it. All right, so I got a little baby Grogu with a lot of money. I may have to add another light to make this work, or I could. I got a better idea. Okay, I'm gonna grab this, duplicate that, move it over here, 180, and increase that by a lot. Now that's going to be our reflection. So now, and we're also going to turn off its shadow. All right, so now there's one more of these things that we're going to add in just to show the variety, because I spent so much time making these things. I spent probably about a good solid 15, 20 hours making these things. This was back during the pandemic, and I didn't know what else to do with myself. I was going a bit stir crazy, as many of us were. You probably take less time nowadays, more experience with this stuff. That is true. There's a lot of experimenting that went on back then because I was trying to get my head wrapped around this stuff. And they're relatively simple when you think about it, but yeah, it's quite the challenge. This was about maybe a full year and a half before I made the Snowball character. Oh, have you seen the game that's been very popular lately called Mecha Chameleon? Mecha Chameleon? What is it, a mechanical chameleon that goes around destroying stuff? No, I've never heard about this. Do you have a link for me? You hide your... Oh, that one. Oh, yes, I have seen that. Kind of like Prop Hunt in that sense. Yes, I have a friend who is like really into that game, and so they've been sharing clips of it routinely. All right, let's render this and see what this looks like. So this is shot 1. Save. And now render this one. I see one more thing I want to do, and this will be the last one, and that's to fill in those little gaps. Yeah, that's gonna work. Okay, I'm going to pause that one for a moment because I have to fill in that gap, and then we will call this this project complete. Offset. There we go. It's not for all of it, but it's just portions of it. And then add a little cube for that E that's causing problems. Material. At first, I thought Jeff would love this. Then second guess that since he'd be so frustrated not getting to look like what you want. I think you're actually probably very accurate in that. Short stream. Well, I mean, it was supposed to be a short stream. What can I say? I get highly distracted with ideas. Anyway, how's it going, Sagacious? I think if I remember right, that's how you say your name, right? It's been a while. Two and a half hours is short for you, especially art. Kind of, yeah. We'll go with that. Of course, when for thumbnails, you're supposed to spend like an hour. Here I am doing this much time for something that people are going to look at for maybe half a second. All right, there we go. Now we're going to do the final render here. Start that render. Veteran of the 5-hour Blender stream here. Yes, there's truth in that. Yes, that's how it's pronounced, but call me Six. Indeed. So this stream is happening tomorrow, and I've been putting a lot of posts on X to try and promote it. It's going to be quite the wild ride in many regards, but it's going to be a continuation of the previous stream. So the death of storytelling is something I've been very passionate about, especially if you've been around for the streams for the last couple of years. You know me ranting about this sort of stuff for quite a while. And Dadman was good enough to say, hey, come over and rant over here. And it offers for good conversation to take place. But that's happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Oh, thanks, Jess. Much appreciated. But it is a very difficult thing to try and cover. Because there are fans about it that like this stuff, and you don't want to step on what they really enjoy. But there are some things in terms of storytelling that you can tear apart and say, Disney, what are you doing? You could have done better. You could have done this. And that's kind of what the stream will be focusing on. Highlighting the mistakes and then mentioning how it could be better. All right, that glare is a little strong. But thankfully we don't have to re-render it or anything. We just come over here to the image editor and just turn the strength down a little bit. And that little part right there, that's fine. What I can do, image editor here, come over here to paint. Where is that? Where is that tool? Here we go. Paint. Color pick. Why is that not working? Well, I'll just edit it in another software. Let's save. And this is going to be Death of Storytelling Part 2, version 1.0. And save this as a JPEG. Okay. Another thing that's my fault was introducing you to, since you both like Axis and Allies Ticket to Ride, and both of you having talked about them around the same time, letting me know I had to make you two. Indeed. Indeed. I was kind of actually quite surprised to find out all the stuff that Dadman was doing, because it was a weird time frame to be suddenly cast out of the area that you were like investing so much time, and then suddenly to come back and realize, oh dang, now what do you do with yourself? And so it kind of gave like a little bit of a helpful off ramp for me. So it's been great getting a chance to carry on the discussions with him. All right, well, I can't do that because I don't have the tool downloaded. Now, I really kind of wanted to make a something that was more like this, because I liked how these thumbnails turned out. But I think the one we currently have is going to work out well. Music is a tad loud. Thanks for the heads up, because I've been trying to balance this out for a while, and I need to balance that one out even more. Technically, it's supposed to be around 24 negative decibels there, and sometimes, well, I deleted everything and rebuilt it and forgot to readjust that. But anyway, thanks for the heads up on that. It all traces back to me popping into the streams and causing you to keep streaming. If I hadn't have gotten you noticed, then you would have said you wouldn't be streaming still. Yep. Exactly. It was going to be a 1 week experiment. A 1 week experiment that, of course, now has become multiple years. Much appreciated. But anyway, we're going to be calling it there. I'm going to share this on social media and share it to Dadman if he wants to use it. If not, I'll just use it for promotion. And this gave me a chance to also test out the new setup and also to experiment with this sort of style. So anyway, we're going to call it there. Have a very pleasant evening and morning, folks. Just a reminder to each and every one of you, be civil and share that civility with folks. And we will see you next time, hopefully tomorrow, where you'll get a chance to hear about the death of storytelling. Sorry, stand by.
You will hear about the death of storytelling and the way that the dark side took over.
And we will see you then. Until then, folks, have a very pleasant evening.